So we're starting to get some significant aurora borealis lights. Good morning. It is day, I'm not sure what day, 41? 42 maybe. It's Sunday. Gypie just had her breakfast. It's already, 8 o'clock in the morning? Because we ain't going nowhere. We're going to stay here. We're in the Great Divide Basin, which is just kind of north of Rawlins, Wyoming, southwest of Casper, Wyoming. We're a little south of Whiskey Mountain, Whiskey Peak. We're going to stay here. I just don't feel like driving today. Going to do a little computer work. We set up cameras for, when I say we, I mean Gypie and I. We set up cameras, tripods to capture the solar flares there, or the northern lights caused by the solar flares. And yeah, it looked like sunset at about 10:30 last night, due north, just this green hue. That's all it was. My sister in Ohio, Susie, hi Susie, she sent pictures of these striking red streaks and blues and greens, and they're down in Dayton, Ohio. But that was on Friday, that was on Friday night. I think that was the big night for Northern Lights. And then I listened to, while I was waiting and setting up equipment, and it was late at night, I'm listening to a podcast on Dark Horse with Brett Weinstein, who interviewed this guy who is the seminal expert in all things sun, solar, and to hear him say, to tell it, we're eventually all going to get cooked by a solar flare. So that was disturbing. He said there was only a 10% chance that this solar flare was going to cause mass extinction. What? Whatever. So that's what we're going to do today. All right, then. Now here's an old oil rig site. You can see I'm actually standing on a concrete platform. There's some tie downs over here. Tie down bolts on that corner. Some over there on that corner. And I'm sure they're on all four corners. What does it say? Abandoned August 29th, 1957. Wow. That was like 11 days before I was born. Elevation 6,508 feet. Johnson one SEC GT 23 degrees north, right 88 degrees west. So that is a capped well. It's not even capped because it was never really a well. The Ohio Oil Company. And they just I'm not entirely sure, but I think this is an abandoned natural gas well. It's not even capped, so it's dead. But it had power going to it, so maybe it was rolling at one time or another. Okay, here's another abandoned hole. It is from the National Oil Dolezal and Colin. Dolezal and Colin. National Oil. Federal number 1B ELLE SPRINO Springs. Bell Springs. 23 degrees north, right 88 degrees west, 6,518 feet. Now, I don't know if this is a lease marker or an old well. I think it's a lease marker, actually. So this one says irregular southwest 14, section 6. It's 23 degrees north, right 88 west, lease 18262. PNA 8-15-81, elevation 6,521 feet. The name is George Dolezal Jr. That one had a Dolezal name on it as well. Definitely an abandoned well, not even marked, probably really old. Not much around here. I saw a buried piece of, over here somewhere, there's a buried piece of drill pipe. You can tell it's a drill pipe by the threads on the end of it. Where the hell did it go? Well, I know I saw it right in here. Oh, here it is. Old. Very old. So here's what I think is an artifact. It's a softer, I don't know if this is actually a flint stone, but you can see the edge on it. You can see some different places where it was whatever that's called, where they try and chip an edge onto it. It's not called flaking. I know Meat Eater had a whole podcast on it. But the interesting thing is, it has a hole drilled through it. So it looks like it was held like this, and there's your scraping edge, and she used a piece of sinew to tie it around something. I don't know if it's an artifact, but by golly, it sure looks like it was manufactured to me. This was found in the Great Divide Basin, north of Rawlins, Wyoming, by about 15 miles on BLM land off of Mineral X road that heads to the west off of Wyoming Route 287, I think it is. I think that's right. That is correct. 287. So that's my artifact find. Well, good morning on this day 42. Look at this weird occurrence. Yesterday, around 7 o'clock or so, 6:30 maybe, this camper pulls in. Now we're out in the middle of the Great Divide Basin. There's thousands of places to go. And this dude rolls right up and parks right behind me. Totally creeps me out. I'm getting out of here. Look at that beautiful sunrise though. It's gonna be a good morning. Good morning, day 42. Sun isn't up yet. We just left our spot. I can still see it in the mirror because I pulled over. There's a camper there. A guy pulled in, he and his wife, I don't know, around 6:30, 7 o'clock. They pulled in. I thought they were just going to go down the road, and find a spot. There's a billion places here in the Red Desert. The guy whips around, he pulls in right behind me. I mean, he was within 20 feet, no more than 30 feet behind me. Yikes. They were just, they just got out and it was like they were at a campground. Hi, don't worry about the dog. Totally freaked me out. Gypie and I are gonna roll. Gonna head towards Devil's Tower. Huh, Gypie? Yeah. She's a little freaked out too. Weird. It was weird. Totally weird. All right then. Here's a prongy. Now he's is just going to run right out in front of me. Probably going to jump over that fence. Oh, he went under it. All right, buddy. You're good. You're good. See, I didn't hurt you. I hope we can see this. Look how there is a weather front and it extends from left to right pretty much as far as the eye can see. But it's nice where I'm at, and you can see under those clouds on the other side that it's clear on the other side. So it's just this front that you can see on both sides of. It's amazing about being in this wide open country. You see what a front really is. It's just a line of weather. Because I can see on the other side of it, it's perfectly blue and nice over there for a long, long way. And it's perfectly blue. I mean, it's kind of cloudy above me now, but behind me, perfectly clear. Just this stretch, and I'm gonna say this, the width of this front is maybe 20 miles, maybe. And I think that's a stretch. Thought that was interesting. Well, this is pretty much all I've seen all day today. In fact, we've already gone 317 miles today. It's only 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Just stopped and got some coffee, topped up the gas can for the Jenny. I'm gonna start, got a 16-ounce coffee. I'm gonna start looking for a place to boondock. But this drive has been fairly uneventful, which uneventful's okay. There's more than one kind of event. All right then. Look at this blade. Ginormous. All right, we've gone through Laramie, Cheyenne, and now we're on US Route 85 North, which we take for a while. But this is the part of Wyoming that I really like. The grasslands, the rolling plains. Surely there's a lightning strike in there somewhere. Come on, Lord. Give me some lightning. Just one bolt. Come on now. Please. All right. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Now, can I have a goddamn lightning bolt, please? That's the highway, a 2-track. A rancher named Fred came by. Wanted to make sure I was okay to be here. He goes, oh yeah, it's federal land. He goes, it's not my property. He said he was in a side-by-side. He's a rancher on the other side of the river over there. Not quite sure where over there is, but I suspect where all that vegetation is, way over there. Anyway, he said, no, I'm just going over to talk to this rancher about helping me brand on Wednesday. I had a thought at that moment to say, I'd like to help, but I didn't. We talked for a while, and then he took off, and then I regretted it. So I think if he comes back this way, I might say, hey, I'll be a worthless piece of shit to you, I'll bet you, but if you want some help, I'll help you. I think I'll do that. I think. I don't know why he'd want me to help him. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. For those of you unfamiliar with prickly pear, yeah, you better watch it. It's only about 8 inches tall, so it gets hard to see, especially if you're a knucklehead coonhound. Although I haven't heard her yelp, so she's been into it for the past couple of weeks, so she must have learned fairly early on. All right, I'm going back to the truck, get some cold water. It's hot out here. It's like almost 80 degrees. Well, I walked up to the top of the knob that's just to the northish or so of us, where we're camped for the night, just to see what's up here. Well, there's nothing up here. Cactus, little sage, some grass. Found some clover up here. Right about where Gypie is, we start getting into some prickly pear cactus. So I'm thinking she's saying, you know what? You can just go ahead and tell me what that's all about when you get back. Prickly pears, hard on dogs. Hell, it's hard on everything. Behind where I'm camping on day 40 something. Almost definitely Monday. All she wants to do is hunt. That's all that dog does. She hunts and she sleeps. And occasionally I can get her to eat. Here's our camp for the day. Don't ask me where we are. Till I look at a map, I'm not gonna know. I know we're north of Lusk, Wyoming. I know I'm on an old Highway 85 that's just a 2-track now. I know I have a coonhound that's crazy about gophers and prairie dogs. I know that. I know we got some weather off to the, what would that be? That'd be the north. But I just love this high prairie land. Looks like it's got good sweet grass. That's our camp for the night. This is day 40 something. I'll have to look. I think 42. Pretty sure it's 42. I know it's Monday. That I'm sure of. I am absolutely 95% sure it's Monday. Well, Gypie and I are in now. She's pretty well crashed. We both had our dinner. It's nice and cool. Birds are chirping. All right then, y'all. Good night.